Welcome back. It has been a week. From special elections in Virginia to more shakeups at the Pentagon, we've got you covered with this week's top headlines. Let's get started. On Tuesday, Virginia voters approved a temporary redistricting measure in a close election, shifting the state's House delegation from a 6-5 split to a 10-1 Democratic advantage. The move was a Democratic counterpunch to Trump's redistricting push last year ahead of the 2026 midterms. Shortly after the vote, a circuit judge moved to block the new map, with the Virginia Supreme Court potentially having the final say. And speaking of Virginia, Governor Abigail Spanberger signed a package of bipartisan legislation, better known as Momnibus, to improve and expand healthcare for mothers and families in the state. Governor Spanberger said, "No mother should have to fear dying during or after childbirth, and no family should have to endure the pain of losing a mother to an unavoidable death. Today, we are taking decisive action to make sure more women across Virginia can get the care they need at all stages of pregnancy." The Momnibus name and framework originated at the federal level, introduced in 2020 by Representative Lauren Underwood and Representative Alma Adams, though the federal bill has yet to pass Congress, prompting states like Virginia to act on their own. Georgia Representative David Scott, who made history as the first Black chairman of the House Agriculture Committee, has passed away. He was 80 years old. Scott was elected to Congress in 2002 and was running for re-election, seeking his 13th term in the House. Scott's death leaves the party breakdown at 217 Republicans, 212 Democrats, 1 independent, and 5 vacancies. Speaking with reporters, Trump said he feels no pressure to end the war with Iran, declining to give a timeline. Meanwhile, tensions in the Strait of Hormuz continue to escalate. Trump ordered the U.S. Navy to shoot and kill Iranian boats placing mines in the waterway, while the U.S. seized at least 2 Iranian-linked tankers this week. Iran retaliated by firing on 3 ships and seizing 2 of them. The standoff has choked off nearly all traffic through the strait, sending oil prices above $100 a barrel. FBI Director Patel has filed a $250 million defamation lawsuit against The Atlantic over an article alleging excessive drinking and unexplained absences, calling it a sweeping, malicious, and defamatory hit piece. The Atlantic stands by its reporting, calling the suit meritless. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee are escalating, demanding Patel complete a standardized alcohol use screening test, saying his alleged behavior is a threat to national security. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced numerous questions and tense exchanges with federal lawmakers during a marathon stretch of hearings on Capitol Hill. Kennedy was meant to defend a proposed 12.5% cut to the HHS budget, but lawmakers had bigger concerns. During his testimony, RFK Jr. deflected blame for measles outbreaks, which are on pace to exceed last year's 30-year high, and falling vaccination rates, while touting initiatives he says are making healthcare more affordable. Yet another shakeup at the Pentagon. On Wednesday, Navy Secretary John Phelan was ousted from his role amid reported tensions with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Phelan had not served in the military or had a civilian leadership role within the Navy prior to his nomination. He was, however, a major donor to Trump's campaign. Trump loyalist and Navy combat veteran Under Secretary Hung Kao will take over as acting head of the Navy. And a horrific scene out of Shreveport, Louisiana. 8 children, ages 3 to 11, were shot and killed in what police are calling a domestic violence incident. Authorities say 31-year-old Shamar Elkins opened fire across 2 homes, killing 7 of his own children and a nephew. His wife and ex-wife were both shot and seriously wounded. Elkins then fled, carjacked a vehicle, and was killed following a police chase. A motive has not been established, though police say Elkins and his wife were due in divorce court the following day. The Southern Poverty Law Center has been indicted on 11 federal counts, including wire fraud, bank fraud, and money laundering. The DOJ alleges the civil rights group secretly paid more than $3 million in donor funds to informants embedded in hate groups, including the KKK, hiding the payments through shell accounts. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche says the organization was manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose. The SPLC calls the charges false and politically motivated. Interim CEO Brian Fair says the group will vigorously defend itself. Spelman College's class of 2026 is making history, with 7 co-valedictorians. These women represent leadership, scholarship, and academic excellence. Spelman will also host Simone Sanders Townsend, co-anchor of MS Now's The Weekend, as their commencement speaker. Congratulations, ladies, and to all the 2026 graduates on your achievements. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. We'll see you next time, and until then, take care of yourself.